Hello and welcome to the Sales Show. I'm Maree Kirkpatrick, your sales and business strategist. I'm a mum, a wife, and a multi-business owner myself. With over 15 years experience in sales and business, I have worked with startups all the way through to multi-million-dollar companies. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love helping service-based businesses make an income as well as an impact. Let's jump into talking about all things sales and business. Hello and welcome back to the Sales Show. I am super pumped today. I feel like I say that every episode because I love getting ranty about this stuff, and today is going to be no different. The reason why is I'm just going to come out and say it because not a lot of people are, but you don't need more followers. You don't need more eyeballs. You don't need a bigger email list. What you need is to know how to convert people that are already paying attention to what it is that you're doing. Okay. Now, before someone throws something at me and gets all mad and frustrated, but I need to grow my audience. Just relax for a second. Okay. Breathe. I'm going to take you through this. Yes, growing your list is great. Yes, getting more followers is great, but it's not the priority, right? I have seen businesses with tens of thousands of people on their email list, even 1,000 people on your email list. If they are not buying from you, you just have a lot of people hanging out in your business, not really doing much. Okay. So I want to get you unstuck from this endless loop of trying to be everywhere, posting consistently, growth, get more people on my email list. I want to get you to make consistent sales, not random sales, not sales like off a whim, not just listening to what people are saying and then changing your mind every 2 seconds because someone's told you that they want something else and you're like, oh, maybe that's what my audience needs. No, what we are going to do is look for how do we actually convert the people that are already paying attention to us. So I guarantee that you don't necessarily have a growth problem within your business. I would say that you have a conversion problem within your business. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. Conversion is literally the lifeline of your business. Okay. Conversion equals sales, not engagement, not visibility, not real views, not going viral or whatever they talk about. Because I've seen plenty of businesses go viral. I've seen people have reels go viral. I've seen YouTube subscriptions go through the roof, but that does not equal sales. Okay. If we had $1 for every single follower or view or like we got on our posts and our content, maybe I wouldn't be having this conversation with you today. But that's not realistic, right? That's not how business works. Conversion is the key. Without conversion, your audience is literally a bunch of really supportive cheerleaders who aren't paying your bills. Okay. And they're great, but we need to actually make money in your business. So today I want to actually take you through what conversion is and what it's not, and how to know if you've got that conversion issue. When I talk to people about their sales strategy and their sales processes, and I've seen people pay a lot of money to do marketing days, planning days, all of that, which is fantastic. But when I talk to them, do you have a sales strategy and what's your conversion like? I tend to get crickets. And if you're listening to my podcast today, I want that to change for you. Okay. Now that we know different, we can do better. And I also want to give you that skill that will take your 2025 to big growth and beyond. Okay. So let's go. Let's get something clear really quickly. Conversion is not just about making a sale. Okay. But Maree, I thought conversion was just about sales. Listen, just breathe for a second. We're going to go through it, right? Conversion is actually that moment where someone moves from interested to in, right? They're like, yeah, I'm all in. From curious to committed. They're actually taking an action. And it's that magic moment where someone says, yep, I'm in. I want your offering. Shut up and take my money, KFC styles, right? And in that moment, it doesn't just happen. Right? That moment doesn't just happen and it's not just winged. Sometimes it is, But that's not how we want to grow our business, right? It's created, it's guided, it's strategic. Conversion can happen in your DMs, it can happen across your emails, it can happen on sales pages, on a call, on a voice note. There are so many ways that conversions can happen these days, but it's not about being salesy. It's about being really, really clear. It's not about the pressure. It's not about being hustly. It's not about pushy. It's about that confidence, knowing that you know what it's going to take someone from where they are to where they want to be. And how do we get them to take that action? It's not about convincing them, right? We are not in the business of convincing people to buy from you. Okay. That's icky. It's gross. It feels uncomfortable. And from a business owner, it is exhausting and draining. Okay. So it's not about that, like, oh, please buy from me, or this is why I'm really great at what I do. No, it's about connecting everything together, building that relationship, showing them the path so that they can say, yes, that's what I want. Okay. And you need more than a great offer. You need to know how to guide someone to purchase from you. And that's not just about having call to action buttons on your pages or anything along those lines. It's a lot more than that. Okay. So let me highlight some things to you that may show you that you have a issue with your conversion. If you are getting engagement on your post, but there's no sales, you have a conversion challenge. If people are saying, wow, you're so inspiring and look at all this stuff that you're doing, but they never click and connect with you, click the link in your bio, maybe jump on your sales page, then you have a conversion problem. If you're showing up consistently, but you're still not getting the sales that you need and you want, okay? Or you're launching your offers. And I see a lot of women in business do this because I'm in circles of course creators. They launch their offers, but no one is buying, or they're getting like less than 10 sales. Then we have a conversion issue, right? We need to go back to what is that sales process and strategy that we're using to convert. And then if you're having sales conversations and you feel like you're convincing people, then you're not converting, right? If any of these sound familiar, then we need to close that conversion gap. And the great news is it's absolutely fixable and we can do that for you. So let me tell you why you should be obsessed with your conversion and not just growth, right? Because I truly believe in my heart of hearts that conversion is queen. Okay. I have seen people have massive businesses, big turnover, small lists. Okay. You could have 10,000 followers and no clients. You could have 5,000 email subscribers and zero cash flow. And I always say to people, like, how many people from your list have actually bought from you? How many? And if you don't know that data, go and find it or figure it out or reach out and we can have a chat about it. But I want you to look at how many people on your email list are you actually converting? Because if you're not converting the people on your email list, they've already decided to opt in with you. They have already decided that, yes, they like what it is that you do and they want more information. If they haven't turned into a sale, you're missing something. You're missing a big piece of the pie. Okay. So I also want to add in there that daily content and no sales is also a conversion problem. If you're focusing so much on creating social media posts, on being out on all the platforms and doing all the things, but really you're struggling for cash flow in the back end, we need to look at your conversion. I have seen people with 400 followers, and I've actually been this person, 400 followers, and he's making 10, 20K months. Why? Because they know how to convert. I would prefer you to have a small following and a small email list that is high converting, highly engaged, and ready to buy. Okay. I said it. Don't be mad. So here's what can happen if you really nail your conversion. You can make more money with less effort. Okay, because your messaging is on point, your clients, your not your clients, your audience knows exactly what it is that you do, how you do it, and why they need you. You can stop relying on the trends and everything that's going on in the market and actually start focusing on your skills and delivering because people are buying from you. So you're like, great, I have to show up, I have to deliver to the people that have bought. Okay. And you become so confident because you know that your offers work. You know that when you go to do a launch that it converts. You know that if you put in this much effort that you'll equal this many sales. And you know that you can scale your business because your conversion is already done. Okay? You can stop chasing that visibility and really start owning your value. Okay? I feel like I'm getting ranty. I'm not even going to apologize for this because conversion builds sustainable businesses. And in today's market, with everything going on, we want a stable business, stable and sustainable. And once you know how to convert, every single piece of your marketing becomes so much more powerful. Everything that you do and every action is money generating activity within your business. Okay. So let me give you a few things that you can do right now to boost your conversion. Uh, Make it stupidly obvious how to buy from you. Okay. So that can look like call to action buttons, that can look like links, that can look like on your website being really clear on how to give you money. Okay. I'm serious. Like, don't bury your offer in the fluff. Don't avoid selling and kind of like putting it to the side. Make that next step clear, simple, and easy to say yes to. Okay. Make it stupidly obvious. Stupidly obvious. Okay, we then want to also talk about pre-framing the sale. So this is talking about your offering content. This is sharing why it exists. This is talking about who it helps, what it solves, and how it works before you actually go in for the sale. Okay, so we want to warm your audience up. We don't want to just be giving like creating content about tips and advice and strategies without seeding through our offer. And then when it comes to launching our offer, we're like, boom, we're here. No, we want to pre-frame that sale, warm people up. Okay. The next thing you can do, which I love, is use really direct language. Instead of like fluffing around it and saying, if you want to check it out, stop dancing around it. Just say, if this sounds like you, click the link. Let's book in a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out how we can work together. Be really clear and so direct that people can either say yes or no to you. Okay. There's no gray area in that. Okay. And then I want you to think about not stopping too soon. So people need multiple touch points. Don't just give up after one post or one email or one conversation. Follow up. And if you need help with follow up, there's plenty of podcasts that I've done about follow up. You've got an opt in that'll give you some steps about follow up. mareekirkpatrick.com/follow up. If you need help with that, check it out. But I want you to keep showing up. Stay visible, stay available, but keep showing people your offer. Keep asking for the sale. And then the last thing I want you to really think about is, are you selling to the right people? Now, this is big. I have this conversation with my beautiful clients in her sales club on a regular basis, and it came up in our conversation last week. One of our beautiful members is redoing some offers and things like that. And she was like, Maree, can you just give me or remind me what are those steps or what order do I need to have those steps in? Like, do I create my offer first? Do I look at my pricing first? Do I look at my marketing first? Like, what does that look like? And I said to her, get really freaking clear on who it is that you want to work with. Who is your Sally? Who is your ideal client? Okay. And then we need to look at, where is Sally at? What is it she's needing? What is she thinking, feeling? What is she after? What are her big goals? What are the problems she wants to solve? Then we create the offer around that, okay? So don't create the offer first and then find the people. We want to be selling to the right people. Not everyone in your audience is for you. Not everyone in your audience is going to buy from you, and that is okay. but we want to speak directly to the person who is ready and willing to take action, knowing that we can move them forward. Okay. So make sure you're selling to the right people. Okay, so that will give you some really good tips and things that you can do to boost your conversion. So let me just recap for you. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to have 10,000 followers. I'm a prime example of that. I always used to worry, on a side note, I always used to worry that if people looked at my social media, they'd be like, oh gosh, she's only got this many followers. It wasn't about how many followers I had. It was about the sales that I was generating in the back end, because a lot of my clients come from word of mouth, or they find me on things like a podcast or the presenting I'm doing, or they're not necessarily buying from a post that I'm putting up on social media. So for me, my goal isn't always to grow my followers. That growth is good, it's a bonus, but it's not my priority. My priority is conversion, my priority is sales. Okay. So you don't need those 10,000 followers or those 10,000 people on your email list. Okay. And I'm also want to say to you, you probably don't need a new funnel. You need to convert. You need to understand what it is that people are wanting from you. They're already watching you, they're already listening, they're already clicking, they're already reading. We need to convert. Conversion is literally the lifeline of your business. It is the most important skill you can learn as a business owner, because sales equals conversion, right? So whether you hear me say that sales is the lifeline or conversion is the lifeline, same. Okay. And when you master it, everything gets easier. I remember talking to one of my beautiful VIP clients one day, and we were just chatting backwards and forwards about both our businesses. And she was like, yeah, but did you actually sell it? Did you sell it? And I was like, oh, and I went back and I looked at my stuff and I was like, probably could have fine tuned that better. But the thing is that I could look back and go, I didn't sell it. And I was clear that I didn't sell it. And so the next thing I did was, what can I do to fine tune that? How can I increase my conversion and fine tune everything so that everything is more effective and efficient? So go check out your sales page. Look at your email list, look at your content, look at your calls to action, and ask yourself, are you being clear? Are you so confident in what it is that you do that you ask for the sale? And are you making it easy for people to say yes to you? Whether that's clicking buttons, whether that's your messaging, whether that's the language you're using, whether that's your user experience on websites or the content that you're creating. Are you making it easy for people to say, yes, she's my woman. I want to work with her. Shut up and take my money. If you need some help with your conversion, please reach out. I'm more than happy to have a chat. I love talking about this stuff. It is uh, it's a passion of mine to help business owners make more money, because what I find really easy, I know is also not easy for everyone else. And I really want to share that with people. You can also come and check out her sales club, where we talk about conversion and making all your sales and all that sort of stuff. And if you want to check that out, all you need to do is go to Maree Kirkpatrick /club. All the information's there. I would love for you to tell me what was a big aha for you in this episode. I love when I get your emails and people be like, Maree, I'm that person that is throwing spaghetti at the wall. I'm that person that's trying to grow my list. And I literally write back with a few tips and ideas, or let's have a chat, or, how can I help, things like that. So please reach out. And I would love to know, what is that one thing you're going to be doing this week to improve your conversion game? Now go out, sell with confidence, increase your conversion. You've totally got this. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Sales Show. If you loved it, feel free to share it on Instagram and tag me at Maree Kirkpatrick so I can personally say thank you. If you really want to show me some extra love, I would love to invite you to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email at podcast@mareekirkpatrick.com. If you would like to find out more or how you can work with me, head over to mareekirkpatrick.com. I truly hope that this podcast provides valuable information so you too can build a business with impact and income.